I'm Tové Kane. Welcome to your mindfulness moment. Hi there, and welcome to your mindfulness moment. My name is Tové Kane, and it's an absolute pleasure to be with you today on your Motivation Monday with Women in Business Northern Ireland. In March 2020, I was invited by Women in Business to offer a mindfulness meditation for beginners. It was going to be a fun class where I was going to take you through what it's like to be mindless, the kinds of things we do in our lives that are fairly mindless, and then I was going to bring you into the relaxation of a mindfulness meditation. But all that changed with coronavirus, COVID-19. In fact, I wonder, will our lives ever be the same again? And I suppose no. But at the same time, our lives are never the same. We are always evolving and changing. And that's okay. The things that we believe we want actually become irrelevant as we progress in life. The things like impermanence normally bring us terrible stress. We want things permanently to stay as they are. If we've got a good thing going, we want that to continue. And I suppose that's okay too, isn't it? It's a human response to life. But when we can accept impermanence and uncertainty and combine our sense of awareness with those two, it makes us more resilient. Makes us show up better in our lives, because when things are impermanent and uncertain, we don't have to collapse in the drama of them anymore. We can embrace those things. And with Motivation Monday with Women in Business Northern Ireland, I'm hoping today to bring you the digital version, somewhat adjusted for our mindfulness meditation. As a result of our social separation, the distancing, this is the only way that Women in Business could bring you that meditation. And it's such a privilege for me to be a part of this and to share with you a few techniques which I really hope will help you today. So let me guide you through that. I think there are more and more, increasingly, there are people who have had some kind of experience with mindfulness meditation. But even if you're brand new to the idea, I'll guide you through and we'll enjoy it. I hope we'll enjoy it. And yes, it's here for you. So it's the experience that you give yourself. What I'd like to just remind you is, stress is also the experience you give yourself. Because it's the thought process that's being added onto what we perceive as going on out there. So we add stress, we add anxiety to the existing conditions. And those conditions are out there. They are exterior conditions. And resilience relates to an intrinsic sense of your self-worth, of your value. So you have the opportunity to use your mind for good, for the power that you have to help calm you and soothe you despite the trauma of what this pandemic is yet to do. So befriend your mind. For those of us who are really living in a space in true isolation, it makes every sense that you would befriend your mind, because you are the person you are most with. So let me take you through this gentle guided meditation and share with you a couple of techniques. I hope they will be of benefit to you. Before we go into the meditation, just an observation about mindfulness. I think we've all experienced an opportunity for mindfulness, where we've just somehow been able to just have clarity. But we've equally experienced mindlessness. Think about sometimes if you've been really busy after a day's work and you are heading home and you arrive at home. There are times when we've made a journey and we think, I have absolutely no idea how I got here because I did not notice that drive at all. It's done automatically, isn't it? The mind goes into autopilot. And in a way we're mindless then because we're not really showing up to the present moment. Reason is twofold. It could be that we are regretting something from the past, or we are forward surfing and involved in plans and strategies in the future. And those two orientations have a huge impact on the way that we feel in our lives because they are not real. We think they're real, we give them a lot of energy, but actually they're not real. The only reality that we actually have is the present moment. And through mindfulness, that's an opportunity for you to show up in the present moment. In fact, that's very often a definition of mindfulness, this moment-to-moment, non-judgmental, curious awareness of what is happening right now. So if we can hook together sequentially a few more moments where we are really present, that will give us a greater sense of mindfulness, a greater sense of control. And whilst, yes, there is that uncertainty and we can't ever get certainty, you can count on yourself in a way when you are more mindful. Because at that moment, you are bridging a gap between what the incident or the stimulus of a situation is and how you respond to it. The traditional human experience is incident, reaction, and we react very often with very basic emotions, anger, rage, fear. But if you are able through mindfulness to increase the gap time between that incident and how you respond, you have a better way of handling the next moment as it evolves. So yes, there is uncertainty, but isn't it great? Wouldn't it be cool if you could offer yourself clarity as a result of responding and not reacting? So a tip there from my book, wouldn't it be cool versus what if? Because the what if scenario, my book by the way is called Mind Over Matter, and it offers this suggestion, what if is the mental orientation of fear. What if I or someone in my family contracts COVID-19? What if I lose my job? Many of us, through Women in Business, are single business owners and we are entrepreneurs in our own right. So we are very aware that the business world, as we knew it before, has changed. And we don't even know necessarily how that is going to play out for us and for our business. But imagine if you could rather play that game. Wouldn't it be cool if I or everybody in my family survived this COVID-19 and that in fact during this lockdown that we went through a detox and we got healthier? Wouldn't it be cool if my business took on a whole new dimension? Yes, it will change from where we are, but wouldn't it be cool if it goes somewhere even better than I could have even imagined. Can you see just with those two scenarios, the difference there between the mental attitude of what if, which is all fear-based, versus wouldn't it be cool, which is more mindfulness. So if you consider mindfulness, it has two wings, the wing of awareness and the wing of compassion. And in order to take flight, you need to offer awareness and compassion. So let's give ourselves that awareness and compassion right now in this relaxation session. We'll spend 5 to 10 minutes in this deep relaxing moment, and I trust that you will give yourself every opportunity to come into this present moment. It's my pleasure to guide you now. And as we come into the present moment, let's make that transition with a deep breath in through the nose and release. A lot of tension gets built up in the shoulders. So actually physically take a moment to wriggle out the shoulders, stretch your neck. And if it suits you and if you feel safe or comfortable, just lower your eyes. You can lower them, you don't have to close them, you can just lower the gaze, or you can close them all the way. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to let mine lower because I feel I can participate in the mindful moment better when I'm doing that. So let's transition with that breath. Taking a new deep breath through the nose and releasing through the nose. And have a sense of a lowering down, sinking deeper into relaxation. And as you breathe in and breathe out, have that sensation of relaxing deeper. And it's the mind's habit to be racing ahead and making plans. And in this meditation, we're not trying to stop the mind doing that. Instead, we offer those two wings for the flight of mindfulness. The wing of awareness, aware that the mind can be busy, and the wing of compassion. Compassion for that mind that feels it needs to be so busy. And just invite the mind to trust that you have chosen this experience. And if the mind would like to continue those thoughts, you might suggest you'll get back to them later. But if the mind is that engaged, then consider that those thoughts are like clouds in a sky. And a cloud will arrive, appear, and disappear. And if you have that vision of your mind as a great expansive sky, with thoughts that arise like clouds and disappear like clouds. Then you can just become aware that that is the experience of the mind. And you might like to notice that the mind doesn't hold these thoughts for too long. They just appear and then they disappear again. And take your awareness to your breath as it comes in through the nose. Really focus on what that feels like. Slightly cooler at the nostrils coming in. And then feel what it's like to have the lungs fill with that fresh air. And then release the air again. And it's warmer on its way out of the body. Just feel the body breathing. With mindfulness, I am breathing. And if thoughts persist, you might like to say, breathing in, breathing out. And perhaps you can get a feel for how the body is responding to this awareness. And you might like to see that the body appreciates the relaxation that you are giving it at last. Really feel that sense of the body letting go, relaxing. Breathing in. Breathing out. we bring ourselves to this moment any time in the day. Just a moment to notice ourselves in our lives. Recognizing impermanence and uncertainty. These are factors that we are all living with. And we are not even remotely suggesting that the anxiety will dissipate entirely. What we are noticing is that we can offer ourselves compassion for when we feel anxious. And that when we are more mindful, we can become aware of just that simple sensation of breathing. And that in itself helps against the anxiety. We're going to take 3 breaths, moving back up towards our consciousness prior to the meditation. And we're also counting 1, breathing in, fill your lungs and breathe out. Coming up another level, 2. And here at 3, we can hear the sounds in our environment reconfiguring around us. We become aware of our bodies. You might like to start to open your eyes just very gently, coming back into the moment, gently, gently. There you are. And we close out our meditation with gratitude. A breath of gratitude for the time that we've spent together today. It would have been different in person, and we could have had our conversations afterwards and spoken about how to network and how to interact with each other. I know most ladies get very anxious about networking opportunities at business meetings. Mainly, it's a good thing to realize that we are all just people and we all have shared experiences. So when you network in the future, you are simply meeting somebody who's just like you. So you don't have to feel any less worthwhile in their company, because you are just as worthy as they are. In fact, we all are. We have intrinsic worth. We matter. And you matter. And thank you so much for showing up today. I hope you enjoyed the experience. Do let me know. My name is Tové Kane. And thank you to Women in Business for offering this meditation for you today. And be kind to yourself and those around you.